Chris, looking forward to getting a tan this week?
No, I'm not going to get a tan. I'm going to get 2 points. So that's the plan.
Yeah.
You know, the weather here is really good. I'm led to believe it's even hotter there. So it just puts a massive emphasis on how we approach the game and his ball control. So yeah, it's been a couple of real good intense sessions the last couple of days, and I can make a call on my final 17 on Thursday when we get there.
How much of a relief has there been? Have you seen a change in the lads since that win last week?
Yeah, they came in bouncing on Monday. They had the weekend off and went out for Dave's Dave Fafita's 30th. So yeah, they're in good spirits usually for everybody, not just the playing group, the staff and also the fans as well. They've stuck by us these last 5 or 6 weeks when things haven't gone particularly well. So yeah, it was an important win. We knew the importance of the 2 points and what it would do to the table, and with 2 points off fourth. So it's been a crazy 5-6 weeks.
I was going to say, it is weird that, isn't it, when we've talked about winning spells earlier in the season and then now you're looking a few more wins and you can be back up there again.
Yeah, we've got some. Again, we said it after the St Helens game that we've got probably 9 or 10 cup finals, and that's how we're going to try and that's how we need to treat these next 8 league games. And going to a team that obviously and we're in a similar spot to us up until last week. I think they've lost the last 5 or 6, including the cup. The last win were against us at Magic Weekend, and again they're a team that really struggled these last 3 or 4 weeks with injuries. Yeah, we've just got to make sure that we prepare right, and when we get over there, we don't get into holiday mode and start taking us t-shirts off and eating more than what we normally would. We've just got to make sure we're professional while we're over there and try and get the job done.
Joked about the tan, but the temperatures, on a serious note, is that something you have to take into account? It's supposed to be very warm.
We're going to train a little bit later on Thursday. We'll take it today, Wednesday, so we're going to train a little bit later tomorrow. Because it gets a little bit cool, I think, after 3 o'clock. So the plan is to train a little bit later. It's going to be an early start. We get picked up from here at 3:45 in the morning. So yeah, that'll take a bit of a toll. As soon as we get there, pretty sure the lads will want to get their heads down and go to bed. But yeah, we've got another big session on Thursday.
And just on the good news aside, the 2 lads on extended deals, how are you feeling about that this week?
Yeah, really pleased. Both being pretty easy deals to get done. Both being rewarded for, I think it's not until you lose a player from out of your team that you realise how much you miss him out on the field. And I think Geordie's, he's an example of a young kid that's had to wait for an opportunity, and I thought he was excellent at the weekend. Got a really good try, but defended really tough. And he's a player that can play in a number of positions, but he wants to try and make that loose forward position his own. And we just got to make sure with Geordie that he's consistent week in, week out. But delighted for them both to get sorted so early.
It must be pleasing to have a squad for next year in your mind, which is almost pretty much complete and has plenty of players that you've already had for a year, 2 years, 3 years here.
Yeah, we want to make limited changes to the squad again. I think we've got about 6 or 7 that are probably off contract. There's a few that have had offers, and we are looking to bring some quality into the team next year. But yeah, I think that's important, continuity, and we've got a pretty settled squad at the moment. And a squad that on the day is capable of beating anybody in the competition. I think the big job next year is to try and keep everybody out on the training field and out on the pitch. Like I said, it's not until you lose players like Tom Johnson, Arona and Ashers you realise how important that those guys are. We get some bodies back over the next 3 or 4 weeks. Arundel, Jowett, there's a couple more, James Batchelor, Chris Anakin. So the squad's starting to look a little bit healthier. But yeah, the recruitment's ongoing. We've probably got 2 or 3 to announce, and we're looking at, you know, probably a couple as well from here and overseas as well to finish the squad off. But I think the important thing is just to try and keep us powder dry until we get towards the back end of the season.
You mentioned players and injuries and trying to prevent them. Obviously, Craig Hughes' time at the club's come to an end thanks to injury. When he was on the pitch, he was great, but obviously just not enough of him on the field.
Yeah, he's been really unlucky, Chubbs, with you know, some injuries there. I think he's had 2 microfractures in his knee, and then the dislocation to the shoulder. He didn't just dislocate the shoulder; he did everything else in and around it as well. So I think we're all disappointed for Chubbs. But I think it's the right decision for Chubbs to call time. I think he's come to the, you know, he's looking at later on in life. He's got 2 knees that aren't functioning great, and he's obviously got a shoulder there that's still 3 or 4 months away from being right. But yeah, we're sad to see Chubbs go. It just gives us an opportunity, more of an opportunity to look at people like Titus Quasi and Keegan Hurst, who's actually off contract to the end of the year. So you know, there's some guys there that are applying for contracts for next season. Some teams fly in and out of Catalans on a day. What's the feeling behind going a couple of days early this time? I think the cost more than anything, because we're going in the summer to Perth on. It's cost us a hell of a lot more than what it would do going the 3 days. Yeah, so I think that's what it all boils down to at the end of the day. We've done it the last 3 years. It's worked really well for us. We wanted to do it again. But yeah, the costs were just, you know, ridiculous. We're talking double the amount of money than what we got charged last year. So it's a no-brainer for me and obviously for my club and the club.
Final one from me. Obviously, you've got a big game on Saturday. Sunday, a big game for the women's team. Semi-final of the Challenge Cup against the Castleford Tigers. They've beaten everyone. What's your advice to the women for that game?
Just get your bodies in front. Castle are a really good side, aren't they? Listen, it's a one-off game. Anything can happen in a Challenge Cup. You know, they're a good group of women. They try hard, they work hard. I've been fortunate enough to be involved in a couple of sessions with them, and you know, I wish Wayne all the very best. It's going to be a tough one for them, but like I said, it's a one-off game. Anything can happen.
Castle talking about bringing 1,000 supporters here. I guess for those who aren't going to France this week, it's a perfect opportunity to fill the stands as well.
Yeah, great opportunity. Local derby, 2 sets of players. Women wanting to knock hell out of each other. Yeah, it's a shame that we're actually away, but yeah, I wish them all the very best of luck and fingers crossed that they get a result.
You mentioned players coming back over the next few weeks. In terms of Tom and Arona, are they still definitely season enders, or is there a chance for either of them at the back end of the year?
No, they're season enders. Matty Ashurst is a season ender as well. He had an issue with a disc in his back that we've tried to manage conservatively, but that disc has moved I think another 10 mil, so I think in total 18 mil that's touching on the spinal cord, so we were getting a lot of trouble in his down his left leg, so we made the decision last week to go and get a disc, I think it's called a discectomy, where they take the disc out, and so he's going to be missing now for the rest of the year as well. But yeah, Tom we're looking January, Tiarona January, February time, so yeah, there's no rush with those two guys, and you know, the main thing is that we get them right for the start of the year, and we're hoping that it's probably the last friendly, or the second to last friendly, that they'll both be involved in.
The talk externally when you were on this losing run was that Wakefield are getting sucked in here, Wakefield look like they're in a bit of trouble. Was it difficult to avoid that internally, you know, was that sort of linking into the group, or were you just...
No, not really. I tried to take all the pressure off the guys, and you know that I tell them week in, week out not to read social media, whether you win or whether you lose, because the same people that are patting you on the back after a win are also kicking you on the way down after a loss. So I try to take that pressure away from them and kind of put it all on my shoulders. Let me take the stick. And try to keep them relaxed and focused as I possibly could. Quite difficult at times, especially when we lost 5 league games on the bounce, and this talk of me getting the bullet and all these kind of things, and you just got to get on with it. It's part of the job. There's pressure, there's pressure in this job every single day, not just regarding results, but also making the right decisions on the training field and recruitment and things like that. So I just take the criticism with a pinch of salt, get on with my job, and the only probably 3 people I listen to is the CEO, the chairman, and my wife. So they're the 3 people that I answer to.
Who did you miss out initially when you said 2? Was it your wife?
My wife.